Well, welcome. Good Friday morning to you. We are in Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium, actually just outside of Raymond James Stadium, where today it's time for another edition of the Word for You Today, the Super Bowl edition of the Word for You Today. And if you've been following us, we've been talking yesterday and again today about dealing with your doubts. So this is part 2 of that series. And we're going to start off with a reading from John chapter 20, verses 24 and 25. Now Thomas, also known as Didymus, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands, and put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." Now, some of us have taken the message of Christianity and we've put it in a box marked, "Don't ask, don't tell." Have you ever felt like you needed permission to weep when you lose a loved one? Good news for you. You don't need permission. It's okay. We don't have to be strong in that moment. We love that person and it's okay to mourn. Or have you ever felt intimidated about admitting, I really don't know for sure about that? I do that all the time. Especially with students. They'll ask a question, and if I don't know the answer, I'm going to be honest with them. I'm not just going to make one up. And I'll say, I don't know the answer to that, but let's look for it together. That's part of allowing us to see our faith grow. And so the story of doubting Thomas teaches us that not only is it okay to doubt, but sometimes it's helpful, even necessary. And so if we don't doubt it from time to time, we might not grow. And we end up living with somebody else's answers. And in many cases, other people's answers are inadequate for our own questions, and they stunt our growth. So we've got to be honest enough to ask the questions that we have. Now, in confirmation class, we are constantly asking questions. We do it all the time because we want students to begin to own their own faith instead of trying to rely just on the faith of their parents. And sometimes faith is where we end up because there's no possible way that we can ever understand everything logically or to the fullest extent. That's where our faith comes in. Now, a question. Has at some point some well-meaning religious person pushed you into a corner and tried to make you believe that your questions are an offense to Christ? If so, it's time for you and me to listen anew to the tender words of the one who knows your doubts and fears better than you do. Reading now from verses 26 and 27. A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them, and he said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Note that Jesus didn't turn Thomas away. Instead, he met his doubts head on. And he can deal with our doubts as well. Because he wants to help us overcome those doubts. It's okay to pray these words. "Lord, like Thomas, I still struggle with some doubts. I haven't put my life all together yet. In fact, not until I'm with you will that happen. But thank you for accepting me in my struggles and for not ignoring my questions." As Thomas finally reached the place where he could say, "My Lord and my God," help me to reach that point as well. Thank you for being patient with me. God loves that prayer because he knows it comes from our heart. And so how do we get through our doubts? We do it like Thomas. We face them honestly. We bring them to Jesus, and we will grow spiritually as he works us through those doubts. And that's the word for you today. Now, just a reminder, this Sunday is indeed Super Bowl Sunday, as we see across the way. And that means that our Super Bowl of Caring is winding down. So we encourage you this Sunday to bring your gifts for the food pantry, both canned goods and cash donations. The Chiefs still lead in the money donations, but the can lead has been taken over by the Bucks late this week. So it's going to be an exciting finish to that. And the winners are all those who are food insecure in St. Johns County who rely on the food bank to make ends meet. So we hope you'll join us in worship on Sunday, 9 or 11, and that'll be either in person or you can join us online as well. But we want you to enjoy Super Bowl Sunday, enjoy the game safely, have a great time, and may the best team win. I love you all, and signing off from Tampa Bay, have a great day.